Hello everybody and welcome back to the F1 2021 Co-op Career Mode Season 4 with me, Dan, and my co-commentator Nick, with our graphics provided by Matt Amos and Lom1138. As usual, we come to the penultimate round 15 of the season now. We're in Brazil. Once again, just like last season, it's all up for glory this time. No championship on the line. Lando Norris, of course, picked up his second championship win, his back-to-back win for the Red Bull team, and he will be looking to relax for the next couple of races. Of course, the battle still rages on behind, so don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you know when the next race is uploaded. And comment down below what was your highlight of the Grand Prix, and we'll get on to the starting grid. But on the front row, it is the Red Bulls of George Russell and now the second-time world champion Lando Norris, who will be leading the pack away. Then it's Daniel Ricciardo in the first of the Mercedes and Carlos Sainz in his McLaren. Behind them, we have Lewis Hamilton alongside Radiant Slothz, the first of the Ferraris. Then the other Ferrari of Justin Freshpot, he's P7, and then Sergio Perez, P8. And rounding out the top 10, we have Esteban Ocon and Guan Yu Zhou in the other McLaren. Moving back into the latter half of the field, we've got Pierre Gasly alongside Antonio Giovinazzi in the Aston Martin. Then it's Max Verstappen alongside Lance Stroll. We're going to have an interesting battle for the final points. Then we have Nicholas Latifi and Nikita Mazepin lining up behind them. Then we have Charles Leclerc and Valtteri Bottas lining up on the penultimate row. And then it's Mick Schumacher and Robert Schwartzman. Let's get on with this race.
Brazil.
Home of the Brazilian people.
Radiant Sloth's terrible start.
Some cracking F1 here today. Sergio Perez with a disgusting move down the inside.
Someone's front wing goes flying. Justin Freshpot up to 6th.
Good start for Justin Freshpot. The lead pack already established in dominance. And now
Sergio Perez looking for an opportunistic move.
An unrealistic
stays ahead.
Opportunity around the outside. Sergio Perez will have to wake up earlier in the morning to beat Justin Freshpot around the outside of turn 3. As will Radiant Slothz, as he nearly rear-ends the back of the Mexican as they come into the twisty section of the track.
A massive lead over everyone else on the grid.
Esteban,
as it looks like the McLaren has damage and is just in the way.
Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly, of course, forming their own race on their own. They have broken away to make F1 Super League. We see Justin Freshpot's on board at the start. Clean, hits an Alpine on his inside, but he does get away with it. The stewards,
what a driver,
were not watching on this occasion. This was Radiant Slothz. We'll see a better picture from where he was sitting after he gets a dreadful start, as is the case most of the time. He has Perez go up the inside, smack him into Esteban Ocon.
Radiant Sloth's there, colliding with both Alpines on purpose, you have to say. Rude from the Ferrari driver. Justin Freshpot here, the greatest driver in Formula 1 history, looking to get past Lewis Hamilton, who is one of the drivers of all time. Will we see him move into turn 1?
He's thinking about it. He's
thinking about it. Under that rear wing, he's pulled out. He's going to go the long way round.
He's tailgated just like a Mercedes would, but he's made a mistake.
Massive moment. And now he's under pressure from Sergio Perez, who is 6 laps behind, unlapping himself here.
Incredible. Sergio Perez is going to try the same move again, and as before, it has not worked. Justin Freshpot forgets where the track is and follows the Verstappen line as Perez goes up the inside. Oh, and he's gone! Sergio Perez
Justin Freshpot
murdered the Mexican. Shocking
Justin
display.
Freshpot, no fault there. Perez crashing into the Ferrari. Disgusting.
Let's ride on board with Radiant Slothz, who had a front row seat of the incident, and there it is.
And there you see Perez, he turns left, hits the side of Justin Freshpot. Disgraceful.
Tries to hit Radiant Slothz as well, but he was too nimble. As he comes in, he's going to get some new tyres anyway, because 6 laps in, These two have made zero progress in getting past any of the front five.
You have to say those front five faster than the Ferraris. Thus, why they are ahead.
That is why.
Those arrows are the wrong way in the pit box.
As is a custom, people that drive fast cars do not need to follow the rules. And so they will drive the wrong way.
Apparently leaving the pit lane the wrong direction according to the arrows in his pit box. That must be investigated.
The whole circuit. The whole circuit's backwards. We're supposed to be going the other way. Look, those arrows are saying here, turn round.
We'll see here if the arrows in Justin Freshpot's pit box are the wrong way round. This could be the scandal of the century. Will this invalidate the entire race result? He's in. We need to see the arrows. They're the wrong
way round. Codemasters have really dropped the ball on this one.
I would say the race will be postponed. Red flagged. There's no point carrying on.
All drivers disqualified.
A feeble attempt to carry on the race, but we all know the result will not count as everyone is driving the wrong way.
He tried to smash into his teammate as he comes out of the pit lane. A disgusting move.
Radiant Slothz, of course, slow, so Justin Freshpot wanted to get past. Many sparks flying at the back of that Ferrari.
This was the onboard of Justin Freshpot trying to push Radiant Slothz onto the grass.
A massive moment, a Tokyo drift, if you will, for the Ferrari. Great car control to not spin. As now he's on the back of Nicholas Latifi, who will crash into him if he goes for an overtake. So he thinks better of it.
Into turn something. Nicholas Latifi in front, getting ready to kill. Bangs and claws at the ready.
Will he be brave enough to send a move? No. He thinks better of it. He knows what Latifi is like, but he's got an incredible run here. Is he going to go up the inside? No, round the outside.
Around the outside.
Almost hits the Alpha Tauri.
Nicholas Latifi gives
Almost
up.
ruins the Aston Martin.
And now he sits in the middle of a pack of extremely slow cars. Radiant Slothz, he will consider overtaking Nicholas Latifi, but he will take great care in doing so. Latifi runs wide. Radiant Slothz dives up the inside, gives 16 million miles of room to stop Latifi shooting him.
Measure.
Or something of the like.
Justin Freshpot not given much room there by Lance Stroll at high speed, but he's passed up the inside.
Or is he? Lance Stroll's coming back at him. Oh, and he did give up in the end. We'll see an onboard of that in just a moment.
In the firing line.
Here's Radiant Slothz going around the outside of Lance Stroll into turn 3. Stroll forces him into the back of Verstappen. Now the battle continues up the hill. They're side by side still. Radiant Slothz has the better line. Max Verstappen in the way. The Ferraris try to make good progress by following each other through here.
Radiant Slothz on the grass there. Another classic corner cut. And he's still behind Max Verstappen.
Max Verstappen, a slippery bugger, as they say in the industry, has stayed ahead of the Ferrari number 2. As we see Justin Freshpot
sits behind, gets a good run up the hill, reaching speeds of 16 miles per hour down this back straight.
It's almost so fast we'll get a nosebleed. But he gets past.
He switches sides. He's ahead before the corner.
Verstappen's in, everyone else is in behind. Justin Freshpot, enormous track extend and corner cut there.
Will he catch Lewis Hamilton? That was the plan with the undercut. He is not. He is miles behind as Radiant Slothz crashes into an Aston Martin for no reason.
The Ferraris will have no choice but to leapfrog each other, try and catch up to the 2 Mercedes ahead of them, who I believe I'm right in saying have lost out to Carlos Sainz. As we see Radiant Slothz with a good run on his teammate, but he's gone onto the grass.
It's a
shocking move. He's crashed into his teammate.
Justin Freshpot. Damage for Justin Freshpot. Radiant Slothz had the entire track's width there drove onto the grass and then drove into his teammate. It's
I think
incredible
we'll look on board on this
that
one.
this could even happen. Justin Freshpot well to the left, Radiant Soft jerks to the right onto the grass, doesn't move off of the grass, and then hits his teammate. I mean, you do wonder what's going on in that Ferrari team sometimes. Justin Freshpot here, he's on board.
This was the
What a
mistake.
driver he is.
There is a moment for him which leads him in this position. And we'll see in just a moment.
Slowly moves the car to the left, leaves plenty of room.
Pulls to the
Radiant
right.
Softs just comes across off the grass and hits him.
Let's take another look at that. We'll have a look at the slow-mo there, and we can see Radiant Slothz.
Radiant Soft, so much room given by his teammate that you can't actually see Justin Freshpot.
There is Justin Freshpot giving less than a car's width. No room.
That's moving across. It's just disgraceful, really. Throwing away points for the team.
And here we see P0.
Radiant Softs on the grass for some reason.
There's the lockup, which sends him
moving left. Straight into the side of Justin Freshpot. It's just disgraceful. Binotto will fire one of these drivers at the end of the season.
The
Justin
FIA
Freshpot has to come in to fix damage. He's not going to finish in the points now.
We'll have to see how well he can recover. We can confirm that the race stewards did not see anything and have declared it to be a racing incident. Then again, they were still trying to clear up the mess that was Abu Dhabi.
Justin Freshpot on the radio claiming it's a mental disability, not a racing incident, but he does not know what the penalty for that is as he carries on through the enormously long pit lane.
The most incredible thing is how far back Charles Leclerc is and the rest of the field compared to Justin Freshpot, who is running at the back of the midfield right now. I mean, how slow are they going?
Now aggressively cutting through the midfield. He's got past Lance Stroll in, what would that be, 3 corners. And he's now eyeing up Nicholas Latifi.
Nicholas Latifi will be seething that he has got another human player behind him to try and overtake him, and he will be doing everything in his power to stop this. And there he goes, he squeezes him against the wall. Disgusting. Nicholas Latifi once again displaying that he does not deserve to be on this grid.
But Justin Freshpot gets past anyway. In the face of adversity, he carries on. Here we'll see
the filthy
what
move
he has to put up with. He's clearly going up the inside. Latifi all over the place. It's a miracle if Justin Freshpot doesn't have more damage.
He's been on the schooner again as Nicholas Latifi.
Now the Ferrari on the back of the McLaren.
The first of these cars which may be able to stand the chance against the Ferrari. We'll see what Guang Yu Zhou can do. They are former teammates.
Tries to focus on getting a good exit.
DRS for everybody, apart from Max Verstappen, but somehow that Williams is really fast in a straight line. Justin
Freshpot clearly much faster. He's going up the inside.
Unbelievable on the soft tyre, the advantage. Guang Yu Zhou illegally blocks him. But
Justin Freshpot round the outside of one car.
Guang Yu Zhou not happy, swipes.
But the Ferrari's through. He's now going to look to go round the other side of the Aston Martin. Back up the hill now. He sits behind.
Down the hill they go once again. Justin Freshpot goes past a very distraught Antonio Di Giovinazzi, who moves across erratically for no reason whatsoever. Max Verstappen is the last man standing between Justin Freshpot and a singular point. In the background, they're all over the place. Moving around everywhere.
Distracted.
Antonio Giovinazzi
always crashes into the Ferrari. It's
I believe
disgraceful.
there was contact there. He did turn to the left after hitting him.
Now Justin Freshpot right up the back of Max Verstappen. Almost rear ends him. He's basically pushing him along at this point.
Mercedes will be looking fondly at this. The tailgating manoeuvre mastered by Justin Freshpot here. It's like he has active cruise control on, set to Mercedes mode. He goes around the outside in a blind corner, exactly the sort of thing that the Mercedes team look for.
You have to say, if he was a Mercedes driver, he'll also be on his mobile phone while talking to the kids in the back of the car. Great driving.
Not looking at them in the mirror, but turning around physically as the Radiant Slothz, he crosses the line.
The most disgraceful driver in Formula 1 history. Crashes again. What a surprise. And Justin Freshbot, with the greatest recovery in history,
has managed to get round 6 laps of the Brazilian Grand Prix whilst tailgating on his phone and turning round to look at the kids in the back. Oh, he's finished the race already!
The replay system in this game does not want us to see Justin Freshbot crossing the line, but he's done it.
Whatever Codemasters have done in the recent patch, it has not worked.
Gets driver of the day, that's what that said. That clearly said Justin Freshbot. Christian Horner celebrating that Justin Freshbot has managed to get points despite having his teammate crash into him for no reason. What a day for Red Bull.
Red Bull, unsurprising, have won again. It is George Russell. Not that it's got anything to do with the championship now, because George Russell has in fact lost the championship battle with Lando Norris after a shocking display earlier on in the season of multiple crashes and breakdowns, and just being a wimp, allowing Lando Norris to bully him into taking first position. But now that he's allowed Lando to take the championship, he's more than happy to win all of the races now.
What a man.
Carlos Sainz looks extremely upset that he's not up there. Maybe one day, Carlos Sainz, we all know that you have been outperforming the car.
Vanish.
Yes. And here we are with the final results of the penultimate race of the season. George Russell picking up the maximum points for the first of the glory races. He was followed by championship winner Lando Norris, and joined on the podium by Carlos Sainz. Then it's back to Daniel Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton. Radiant Slothz after that controversial collision with his teammate Sergio Perez, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, and Justin Freshbot recovering to 10th. So over in the Drivers' Championship, we know Lando Norris has already won the championship and George Russell has secured second. Carlos Sainz is in a minor battle for third place with Daniel Ricciardo. Then it's back to Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon, who are tied on points. Then Guan Yu Zhou, and still in the top 10, Yuki Tsunoda, the disgraced fired driver, Justin Freshbot and Radiant Slothz in 11th and 13th. Over in the Constructors, it is an absolute win for Red Bull, as we already know. Mercedes have secured second place, and Ferrari look as though they are under threat from McLaren for third place. Then it's back to Alpine, AlphaTauri, Williams, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo and Haas. That's all. We'll catch you in the finale.